Resulta que el abogado de Ovidio Guzmán, quien también fuera en su momento el abogado de Joaquín Guzmán Loera, alias el Chapo Guzmán, el papá de Ovidio, al salir de la audiencia, luego de que Ovidio Guzmán se declarara culpable de 4 cargos mayores por narcotráfico, que no sé ahí cómo vaya a encajar lo del acuerdo, el supuesto arreglo con las autoridades estadounidenses para convertirse en testigo protegido. Ya le preguntaremos al maestro Paco Cruz. Soltó declaraciones que resultan hasta absurdas. Esto es lo que dice el abogado Jeffrey Lichman. Así arremete contra la presidenta Claudia Sheinbaum, que no se queda callada. Ya le voy a presentar lo que dijo la presidenta.
The comments made by the Mexican President Sheinbaum the other day about his case. Her complaints mainly were that the Mexican government were not involved in the plea negotiations between my client and the American government. You know, the idea that I guess what she was asking for was that a properly extradited defendant from Mexico to the United States, that the Mexican government should be involved in the American legal process and be part of the negotiation. In addition, she felt that the American government should not even have negotiated an agreement with Ovidio Guzman because she claims that he was terrorist and that America doesn't negotiate a terrorist. In addition, she lastly claimed that she was unhappy that the Mexican government was not informed of various members of the Guzman family. None of them are under suspicion of any wrongdoing inside Mexico, the fact that they came to America.
Y hay más declaraciones, ese sí, del abogado, por favor.
The idea that the American government would include the Mexican government in any kind of American legal decision negotiation is absurd when you take into account General Cienfuegos and his case. And as you all remember, because it wasn't that long ago, he was probably the most important Mexican ever to be indicted in the United States. And he was indicted for, among other things, for working with the cartels and protecting them from being charged. The Mexican government, after Cienfuegos was charged and arrested there, insisted that it be returned and said that they would try him themselves in a Mexican court. And he was then returned to Mexico, and immediately he was exonerated. Not only was he exonerated, despite there being an airtight case against it, but the Mexican president said that the Niñe fabricated the mountain of evidence against Cienfuegos, which was absurd again. To make matters worse, the Mexican government then violated a bilateral treaty between the Americans and the Mexicans by releasing some of the evidence that the Americans had created.
Fue más allá el abogado de Ovidio Guzmán al decir que la presidenta actuaba más como una vocera del narcotráfico, una vocera de un cártel, que la lideresa que los mexicanos necesitan. Pues imagínense. Ahora sí que con toda la valentía la presidenta responde